Hello, welcome to the channel Our Day Stories. Sit back and listen to a new story. But don't forget to subscribe and like it.
Betty arrives home, her heart still racing from the emotional encounter with Alan. As she steps through the door, she takes a deep breath, feeling a mix of relief and liberation. The weight of their toxic relationship has finally been lifted, and she is determined to make the most of her newfound freedom. Her best friend, Sarah, is waiting for her in the living room. She rushes over to Betty, enveloping her in a warm hug. "You did it, Betty. You stood up for yourself and you walked away. I'm so proud of you." Betty smiles, grateful for Sarah's unwavering support throughout this tumultuous journey. "Thank you, Sarah. I couldn't have done it without you. It's time for me to focus on myself and build a life that truly reflects who I am." Sarah nods, her eyes filled with admiration. "You deserve nothing but the best, Betty, and I have a feeling that great things are coming your way." Betty's mind races with possibilities. She had put her dreams and aspirations on hold for far too long, allowing Alan's controlling behavior to overshadow her own desires. But now, she is determined to reclaim her life and pursue her passions with unwavering dedication. The following morning, Betty wakes up with a renewed sense of purpose. She decides to start by reevaluating her career and exploring new opportunities. She dusts off her laptop and begins researching potential job openings and networking events. As the days pass, Betty immerses herself in her job search, attending interviews and connecting with professionals in her field. She rediscovers her love for marketing and advertising, vowing to excel in her chosen industry. One day, while browsing online, Betty stumbles upon an advertisement for a prestigious marketing position. The company's mission aligns perfectly with her values of empowering women and challenging societal norms. With excitement bubbling within her, she meticulously prepares her application, pouring her heart and soul into each word. Weeks go by, and Betty receives an email inviting her for an interview at the company she applied to. Her heart leaps with joy, realizing that her hard work and determination are paying off. She spends the next few days meticulously researching the company, preparing for potential questions, and honing her interview skills. The day of the interview arrives, and Betty enters the building with a newfound confidence. She walks into the room, greeted by a panel of interviewers. As the interview progresses, she eloquently articulates her ideas and demonstrates her extensive knowledge of the industry. The panel members nod in approval, clearly impressed by Betty's passion and expertise. Before she leaves, they assure her that they will be in touch soon. Days turn into weeks, and Betty eagerly checks her email every morning, hoping for news from the company. Doubt begins to creep in, and she wonders if she had done enough to secure the position. However, she refuses to let negativity consume her spirit. One sunny morning, as she sits at her kitchen table, sipping her morning coffee, an email notification pops up on her phone. With trembling hands, she opens the message. It's an offer letter from the company she interviewed with. Tears of joy stream down Betty's face as she reads through the details of the job offer. She has been selected to join the company as a senior marketing executive, with ample opportunities for growth and leadership. It's a dream come true. Betty jumps up from her seat and rushes to her bedroom, grabbing her phone to call Sarah. She can barely contain her excitement as she shares the news. "Sarah, guess what? I got the job. I'm going to be a senior marketing executive at this incredible company. Can you believe it?" Sarah's voice fills with genuine happiness. "Oh my goodness, Betty, I knew you had it in you. Congratulations, my dear friend. This is just the beginning of something extraordinary for you." Betty's heart swells with gratitude for Sarah's unwavering support. She realizes that having a strong network of friends who believe in her makes all the difference in her journey towards self-discovery and success. With her career on a promising trajectory, Betty shifts her focus to another aspect of her life that had been neglected for far too long: her home. She had always dreamed of a space that reflected her personality and brought her joy, and now she finally had the means to make that dream a reality. Betty begins scouring interior design magazines and websites, gathering inspiration for her home makeover project. She wants her living space to exude warmth, creativity, and a sense of empowerment, qualities that she has embraced in her own life. One particular design concept catches her eye, a blend of modern minimalism and bold, vibrant colors. The idea of creating a space that is both visually striking and comfortable resonates deeply with her. Armed with a vision, Betty dives into the process of transforming her home. She visits furniture stores, carefully selecting pieces that reflect her unique style. She opts for a sleek, contemporary sofa in a rich shade of teal, complemented by accent chairs with eye-catching geometric patterns. Betty's attention then turns to the walls. She envisions a gallery of inspiring artwork that represents various aspects of her identity and journey. She explores local art galleries and online platforms, seeking pieces that resonate with her. Each painting or photograph she chooses holds a special meaning. There's a captivating abstract piece that symbolizes the strength and resilience she discovered within herself. Another artwork portrays a woman breaking free from chains, embodying the freedom she now embraces. As the renovation progresses, Betty realizes that she wants her home to be more than just a personal sanctuary. She wants it to be a space where she can host gatherings, connect with her friends, and foster a sense of community. With this in mind, she transforms a spare room into a cozy, inviting space. She fills it with comfortable seating, a large table for dining or working, and shelves stocked with books on empowerment, personal growth, and women's achievements throughout history. Once her home makeover is complete, Betty invites Sarah and a few other close friends over for a housewarming gathering. As they step into her transformed space, their jaws drop in awe. "Betty, this is absolutely stunning," Sarah exclaims, her eyes scanning the vibrant colors and inspiring artwork. "You've created such a beautiful, empowering haven for yourself." Betty smiles, feeling a profound sense of satisfaction. "Thank you, Sarah. This space is a reflection of my journey and the person I've become. I hope it can inspire and uplift all who enter." The evening is filled with laughter, heartfelt conversations, and a shared sense of joy. Betty realizes that her home has become more than just a physical space. It's a testament to her growth, resilience, and unwavering spirit. As Betty settles into her new job and enjoys her transformed home, she finds herself yearning for a deeper connection with like-minded individuals. She seeks out local organizations that focus on empowering women and promoting gender equality. One particular organization catches her attention: Women Rising Together. It's a community-driven initiative that hosts regular events, workshops, and mentoring programs for women from diverse backgrounds. Eager to contribute and connect, Betty attends one of their networking events. She finds herself surrounded by passionate, ambitious women who are making a difference in their respective fields. The atmosphere is charged with positive energy and a shared sense of purpose. Betty strikes up conversations with fellow attendees, sharing her own story of empowerment and listening intently to the stories of others. She feels an instant connection with these women, recognizing the strength and determination that unites them. Impressed by Betty's journey and her passion for empowering women, the organization's founder approaches her. "Betty, we've heard so much about your incredible story. We would be honored to have you join us as a mentor and speaker at our future events." Betty's heart swells with gratitude and a renewed sense of purpose. She recognizes this as an opportunity to pay it forward, to support and inspire others who may be facing similar challenges. Without hesitation, she accepts the invitation and becomes an active member of the organization. As a mentor and speaker for Women Rising Together, Betty discovers a new calling, sharing her experiences and insights to uplift and empower others. She dedicates her time to mentoring young women who are starting their own journeys of self-discovery and professional growth. Betty's speeches resonate deeply with audiences as she speaks about the importance of self-belief, breaking free from toxic relationships, and embracing one's own worth. Her words ignite a fire within her listeners, encouraging them to take charge of their lives and pursue their dreams with unyielding determination. Betty's reputation as a motivational speaker grows, and she receives invitations to speak at various conferences, seminars, and events. Her story becomes a beacon of hope for those who have experienced adversity, inspiring them to rise above their circumstances and rewrite their own narratives. She captivates audiences with her authenticity, sharing both the triumphs and the struggles she encountered along her journey. Betty emphasizes the power of resilience, the importance of surrounding oneself with a supportive network, and the transformative impact of self-belief. Betty's influence extends beyond her speaking engagements. She starts a blog and writes articles about personal growth, empowerment, and women's rights. Her words touch the hearts of readers around the world, encouraging them to embrace their own strength and create positive change in their lives. Through her blog and social media platforms, Betty connects with individuals from diverse backgrounds who share their own stories of resilience and triumph. She creates a virtual community of support where people can find inspiration and encouragement on their own journeys. One day, Betty receives an email from a major publishing house expressing interest in turning her story into a book. Overwhelmed with excitement, she agrees to meet with the publishing team. In their meeting, Betty passionately discusses her vision for the book. She wants it to be more than just a personal memoir. She envisions it as a guidebook for others seeking empowerment and self-discovery. The publishing team is captivated by her ideas and agrees to work closely with her to bring the book to life. Months of writing, editing, and collaboration follow as Betty pours her heart into crafting her story into a book that will inspire and uplift readers. She delves into the depths of her experiences, drawing out valuable lessons and sharing insights gained along her journey. The book, titled Redefining Strength, A Journey of Empowerment and Self-Discovery, is finally published. It quickly gains recognition, resonating with individuals who have faced adversity and empowering them to reclaim their lives. As Betty's book gains popularity, she receives invitations to speak at larger conferences and events. She finds herself on stages alongside renowned thought leaders, sharing her story with even wider audiences. The impact of her words reaches far and wide, touching the lives of countless individuals. Betty receives heartfelt messages from readers and audience members who have found solace, inspiration, and the courage to make positive changes in their own lives. Betty's journey of empowerment and self-discovery becomes a catalyst for a wider societal shift. Her story sparks conversations and actions that challenge the status quo and demand equal treatment and respect for all. She becomes a sought-after advocate for gender equality, using her platform to raise awareness and push for meaningful change. In the midst of Betty's growing influence and success, she receives a surprising invitation from a renowned business conference. They want her to deliver a keynote speech on leadership and resilience in the face of adversity. Betty accepts the invitation, excited about the opportunity to address a diverse audience of business professionals. She believes that by sharing her story and insights, she can encourage a new generation of leaders to embrace compassion, empathy, and equality in their business practices. As the day of the conference arrives, Betty stands before a massive audience, their eyes fixed on her. She takes a deep breath, feeling the weight of the moment. The room is filled with anticipation and curiosity, eager to hear her words of wisdom. Betty begins her speech by recounting her personal journey, the challenges, the moments of doubt, and the ultimate triumph of self-discovery. She shares the lessons she has learned along the way, emphasizing the importance of inclusivity, collaboration, and empowering others. Betty's keynote speech resonates deeply with the audience. Her words strike a chord, inspiring the business professionals to reevaluate their own leadership styles and consider the impact they have on their employees and communities. After her speech, Betty is approached by several attendees, eager to discuss their own experiences and seek advice. She engages in heartfelt conversations, providing guidance and encouragement and fostering connections that will continue long after the conference ends. The success of Betty's keynote speech leads to new opportunities and collaborations. She is invited to participate in panel discussions, workshops, and even consulting projects focused on promoting gender equality and inclusive leadership practices. Betty immerses herself in these endeavors, using her expertise and experiences to influence positive change within organizations. She helps companies develop strategies for fostering diverse and inclusive work environments where everyone has equal opportunities for growth and success. One day, Betty receives a call from a prestigious business school. They are launching a program focused on leadership and women's empowerment and have heard about her remarkable journey. They invite her to become a visiting lecturer, sharing her insights and experiences with aspiring business leaders. Overwhelmed with gratitude for the opportunity to make a lasting impact on future generations, Betty eagerly accepts the offer. She creates a curriculum that combines real-life experiences, academic knowledge, and practical strategies for creating inclusive and compassionate leadership. As a visiting lecturer, Betty finds immense joy in engaging with students who are eager to learn and make a difference in the business world. She challenges their preconceptions, encourages critical thinking, and inspires them to become agents of change. Through her lectures and mentoring, Betty helps shape the next generation of leaders who value equality, empathy, and ethical business practices. She instills in them the belief that success should not come at the expense of others, but through collaboration, respect, and a genuine desire to uplift those around them. Betty's impact extends far beyond the classroom walls. Her work as a visiting lecturer catches the attention of major media outlets who are inspired by her dedication to promoting gender equality and inclusive leadership. She is invited to appear on talk shows, podcasts, and news segments where she shares her insights and experiences with a broader audience. Betty seizes these opportunities to advocate for change, challenging societal norms and urging individuals to embrace empathy, understanding, and equality in their personal and professional lives. Betty's media appearances create a ripple effect, igniting conversations and inspiring individuals from all walks of life. People begin to question and challenge traditional notions of power dynamics and gender roles, recognizing the need for a more inclusive and equitable society. In boardrooms, classrooms, and living rooms, Betty's message spreads like wildfire. People start reevaluating their own behaviors, biases, and actions, striving to create a world where everyone has an equal opportunity to thrive. As Betty's influence grows, she receives invitations to speak at international conferences and events focused on women's empowerment and leadership. She travels across continents, sharing her story and connecting with individuals who are fighting for equality and justice in their respective countries. Betty learns about the unique challenges and triumphs of women from different cultural backgrounds. She realizes that while their experiences may differ, the common thread of resilience and determination unites them all. During one of her international trips, Betty encounters an organization that provides support and resources to women entrepreneurs in developing countries. Inspired by their mission, she becomes actively involved, using her platform to raise awareness and mobilize resources for their cause. Betty partners with local organizations and influential figures to create opportunities for these women to access capital, education, and mentorship. She firmly believes that empowering women economically will not only transform their lives, but also uplift their families and communities. Betty's efforts bear fruit as she witnesses the transformative impact on the lives of women entrepreneurs. Through access to resources and mentorship, These women launch successful businesses, create jobs, and become agents of change in their communities. Their success stories inspire others, breaking down barriers and challenging societal norms. The ripple effect of Betty's advocacy and support reaches far and wide, fueling a movement of female entrepreneurship and economic empowerment. Back home, Betty's dedication and impact have not gone unnoticed. She is nominated for and receives prestigious awards in recognition of her outstanding contributions to women's empowerment and leadership. The accolades further amplify Betty's voice and mission. She uses these platforms to advocate for policy changes that support gender equality, equal pay, and workplace diversity. Betty meets with lawmakers, shares her expertise, and becomes a trusted advisor in shaping legislation that promotes inclusivity and opportunity for all. Betty's tireless work catches the attention of influential leaders and organizations globally. She is invited to speak at the United Nations, where she delivers a powerful speech urging nations to prioritize gender equality and take concrete actions to dismantle systemic barriers. Her words resonate with diplomats, activists, and global citizens, inspiring a renewed commitment to achieving the Sustainable Development Goals, particularly Goal 5, Gender Equality. Betty's impact on the world stage solidifies her status as a global champion for women's rights and empowerment. She establishes her own foundation dedicated to advancing gender equality, supporting survivors of domestic abuse, and providing education and resources to marginalized women and girls. The foundation becomes a catalyst for change, partnering with organizations worldwide to fund projects that create lasting impact. Betty's vision of a world where every individual is valued and has equal opportunities begins to take shape, one initiative at a time. Betty's unwavering dedication to her mission comes at a personal cost. The demands of her advocacy work, speaking engagements, and foundation responsibilities take a toll on her well-being. She finds herself constantly on the go, with little time for rest and self-care. Recognizing the importance of balance, Betty takes a step back to reassess her priorities. She surrounds herself with a supportive team that helps her navigate the challenges and find moments of respite amidst her busy schedule. Betty starts prioritizing her own well-being, recognizing that she must take care of herself to continue making a meaningful impact in the world. She establishes a routine that includes regular exercise, meditation, and quality time with loved ones. By finding a balance between her advocacy work and self-care, Betty becomes an even more effective advocate for change. She leads by example, demonstrating that personal well-being is essential for sustained activism and creating a positive impact. Betty's foundation continues to flourish, attracting support from individuals, corporations, and philanthropic organizations. With increased resources, the foundation expands its programs, reaching more communities and providing essential resources to women in need. Betty remains actively involved in the foundation's initiatives, visiting project sites, and connecting with the women whose lives have been transformed. She derives strength and inspiration from their resilience and determination, fueling her commitment to the cause. One day, while attending an international conference on women's empowerment, Betty meets a young woman named Aisha. Aisha is a survivor of domestic abuse who has overcome immense challenges to start her own business. Inspired by Aisha's story, Betty takes her under her wing, becoming her mentor and offering guidance and support. She sees in Aisha the same spark and potential she once possessed, and together they embark on a journey of empowerment and entrepreneurship. Betty and Aisha collaborate on a project aimed at providing entrepreneurship training and mentorship to survivors of domestic abuse. They design a comprehensive program that equips these women with the skills, knowledge, and resources needed to start and sustain their own businesses. Their program receives support and recognition from influential leaders and organizations, allowing them to scale their efforts and reach even more survivors. Betty and Aisha become a dynamic duo, inspiring women to reclaim their power and redefine their futures. As Betty and Aisha's program gains traction, they receive an invitation to present their work at an international summit on social entrepreneurship. Excited about the opportunity to share their impact and learn from other changemakers, they eagerly accept. At the summit, Betty and Aisha captivate the audience with their stories of resilience and transformation. They inspire fellow entrepreneurs and activists to consider the power of entrepreneurship as a tool for social change, particularly in empowering marginalized communities. Following their successful presentation, Betty and Aisha form partnerships with like-minded organizations and influential individuals they meet at the summit. These collaborations amplify the impact of their program, creating a network of support and resources for survivors of domestic abuse turned entrepreneurs. Together, they develop innovative solutions, such as microfinance initiatives, mentorship networks, and business incubators that empower women to break free from cycles of violence and create sustainable livelihoods for themselves and their families. Betty's journey takes her to different corners of the globe, where she witnesses firsthand the power of collective action and community engagement. She realizes that lasting change is not achieved in isolation, but through collaboration and solidarity. Motivated by this insight, Betty establishes a global network of activists, advocates, and changemakers dedicated to advancing gender equality. This network serves as a platform for sharing knowledge, resources, and best practices, amplifying the collective impact of their efforts. Betty's network brings together individuals from diverse backgrounds and sectors, fostering collaboration and cross-pollination of ideas. Through conferences, workshops, and online platforms, they facilitate dialogue, capacity building, and joint initiatives aimed at accelerating progress towards gender equality. Together, they advocate for policy changes, challenge discriminatory practices, and empower individuals and communities to dismantle barriers that hinder progress towards a more equitable and inclusive world. As Betty's network grows, so does her influence as a global advocate for gender equality. She becomes a sought-after speaker at international forums, sharing her expertise and experiences to inspire individuals and organizations to take action. Betty's voice carries weight as she addresses policymakers, business leaders, and civil society representatives. She emphasizes the urgency of prioritizing gender equality in all spheres of life and encourages concrete steps towards creating a more just and inclusive society. Betty's efforts to promote gender equality extend beyond public speaking engagements. She actively engages with governments, urging them to adopt and implement policies that support women's empowerment and address systemic gender disparities. Her tireless advocacy leads to the introduction of legislative reforms, including laws that protect women from domestic violence, promote equal pay, and ensure access to quality education and health care. Betty's work has a tangible impact on the lives of women around the world. In addition to her advocacy work, Betty collaborates with multinational corporations to promote gender diversity and inclusion in the workplace. She advises companies on strategies to close the gender pay gap, increase the representation of women in leadership positions, and create inclusive work environments. Through mentorship programs and skills development initiatives, Betty helps organizations unlock the full potential of their female workforce. She believes that true progress can be achieved when women are given equal opportunities to contribute their talents and ideas. Betty's dedication to gender equality is recognized with prestigious awards and accolades. She becomes a symbol of hope and inspiration for individuals and communities striving for a more equitable future. Despite the recognition, Betty remains grounded and focused on the work at hand. She understands that the journey towards gender equality is ongoing and that there is still much work to be done to dismantle entrenched patriarchal systems. In the midst of her advocacy work, Betty receives a heartfelt letter from Alan, her former husband. He expresses profound regret for the pain he caused her and acknowledges the transformative journey she has embarked upon. Alan shares how he has taken steps to confront his own biases and educate himself about gender inequality. He expresses a genuine desire to contribute to the cause and asks for Betty's guidance on how he can be an ally in the fight for gender equality. Touched by Alan's sincerity and willingness to change, Betty agrees to meet with him. They have a heartfelt conversation where Betty shares her experiences and insights gained from her journey of empowerment. She explains the importance of self-reflection, education, and active allyship in dismantling patriarchal systems. Betty encourages Alan to use his privilege and influence to advocate for gender equality and create opportunities for women in his own spheres of influence. Alan takes Betty's words to heart and commits himself to becoming a true ally in the fight for gender equality. He educates himself further, attends workshops and conferences on feminism, and actively challenges his own biases and those of others around him. He starts by implementing changes within his own company, ensuring equal pay and opportunities for women employees. Alan creates mentorship programs, sponsors leadership development initiatives, and promotes a culture of inclusivity and respect. As Alan continues on his journey of transformation, he reaches out to other male leaders in his industry, advocating for gender equality and encouraging them to follow suit. He uses his influence and network to organize conferences and workshops on gender equality, inviting renowned experts like Betty to share their insights. Together, Alan and Betty become a powerful force for change, demonstrating the potential for personal growth and transformation in the pursuit of a more equitable society. Betty and Alan's joint efforts attract media attention, and they are invited to participate in interviews and panel discussions. They use these platforms to emphasize the importance of male allyship and the need for collective action in achieving gender equality. Their conversations with journalists and influencers help raise awareness and inspire others to join the movement. People from all walks of life begin to recognize the significance of their individual actions in dismantling gender biases and promoting inclusivity. Betty and Alan's work also catches the attention of government officials who are committed to advancing gender equality. They are invited to participate in high-level discussions and task forces, providing their expertise and insights on policy matters.
Thanks for watching. If you liked the story, write your opinion in the comments.